God is saying today that you need to spread the word. I was having a Bible study and I came across Matthew 5:14 through 16, and I'm going to read it to you guys. It says, "You are the light of the world, a town built on a hill that cannot be hidden." 15. Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a bowl. Instead, they put it on its stand, and it gives light to everyone in the house. 16. I want to highlight this one. In the same way, let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven. So basically, 16 was the one that was really standing out to me, that I felt like I was like, okay, highlight this one. And I wrote some notes down on it. I don't know if I want to get into it yet, but basically, yeah, like light, God didn't give you this light to be hidden. God didn't give you this gift to hide it. Like you have to spread the word, and I understand that not everybody's a content creator like myself. Some people have different gifts, and so you have to, come into a partnership with God and just ask him, okay, how can I use this gift or this talent that you've given me to spread the word to other people? How do I include God in everything that I do? How do I spread that light? Because have you ever noticed that the devil always tries to do the opposite of God? It even says that in the Bible. He wants to be the opposite of him, right? And so everything that can be holy, he does the opposite and make it evil. You know what I'm saying? So you guys have to be that light in whatever your gift is. And it's crazy because God can use your gifts in so many ways, in ways I never even thought. Like, I'm like, oh, that's pretty good. Like, wait, I didn't know you could, but that's a good idea. So it's like, just ask God, like, how can I use my gifts, or how can I just be a light to this world every single day? So I wrote down some notes to get more into detail about this verse in terms of what I feel like God is telling you. Okay, so let people know what God has done for you. Don't be afraid to share your testimony, or why you got saved or what you've been saved from. How you live your life for God can lead people closer to him, and what God has done for you can also lead people closer to God. So it's like, if you don't tell people what God has done for you, they'll never know. They'll never know. I mean, some things, maybe people around you know about it, but people who never met you before, they'll never know that God did this, that, and the third for you, right? So you have to, you have to be verbal in whatever gift you have, or if you don't even know your gift, just talk about it. Whether it's somebody you never met, whether it's your friends you've never told them, just share a little bit about what God has done for you, because it can really help people. You just don't understand how much it can help people. Let the light that God has given you do what it was intended to do in other people's life. When God told me that one, I was like, period. Because it's true. It's like, let the light that is inside of you do what it was intended to do. Like, he didn't just give you this just to like have for yourself. He didn't give you this gift just to keep it to yourself, just to never let the world know. Like, you have to spread that light. And what does that look like? Spreading the word, spreading the gift that God has given you in the most holiest way possible. And like I said, I understand if you don't know what your gift is. I understand if you don't know how to do it. You gotta ask God. That is you and God's journey together. But you have to start today. You have to start now. Okay? So the next one is, no gift is too small, uncommon, or common for God to use in your and other people's life. So don't ever think that, oh, like, how could God ever use this? Or, man, I never see people doing this. Like, I don't think it's gonna do good. Like, I don't think people are really gonna listen. Or don't think everybody does this. Like, this is like, because I genuinely feel like the people who come across your video are the people who come across you when they walk past you. Whatever your gift is, whether it's music, content creation, or like even some people cooking. There's a lot of different things out there, a lot of different hobbies and activities and talents and gifts that God uses. And it's the people like that come across your video, it's for them. Like, it's like you might think, oh, nobody's watching or nobody's going to watch, but there's gonna be one or two people that come across it and be like, wow, this is really touching. Like, I'm gonna keep watching this. I'm gonna keep on passing by. I'm gonna stop by again. You know, like, I genuinely feel that way, and it's only gonna grow and grow and grow, right? Don't be afraid to show your light or holiness in your actions in front of others. So a lot of times, some people are like following God, but they keep it a secret. They're like, my friends are not gonna think I'm cool or whatever. And then some people, they're like, they follow God in front of people, but behind closed doors, they don't be following God. So it can go both ways. But I'm especially talking about serving God in front of others, because you don't understand how much that moves a person. Some people, you know, they may be like, oh, you're lame, you're this, you're that. Don't listen to them. Don't listen to them, because they don't know. They don't know. They don't know. Trust me, they don't. So it's like, you just gotta serve God in front of other people, because it really can move people. And like I was saying during this Bible study, actions speak louder than words. So it's like, you could say, oh yeah, I follow God. You know, a lot of people say that. A lot of people say they believe in God. A lot of people say they're Christian. But when their actions match that, that's when it moves a person. That's when it moves the people around them. That's when they're like, oh, she really follow God. Like, he really is a Christian. You know, like, it's your actions that matter. So don't just be the believer that says, I believe in God, but you're not obedient to God. You're not applying your word. You're not, you know, and I understand that it is difficult at first to, you know, not confront to the ways of the world, but you can't live that way forever. Like, you have to eventually say, you know what? I am going to follow God, and I'm gonna let it show, and I don't care who sees it. Because when people see you following for God, it does plant a seed in their heart. Like, you could do something simple, and it could just plant a seed in so many people's hearts. So the next one is, this one's really important to me. This one says, when you tell people about Jesus and what he has done for you, you may get 9 out of 10 rejections from people. However, telling people about God is not about validation, and it is about sowing seeds in other people's lives so that they follow God. A lot of times, you know, people will do things in their actions and their words to please others. It is not about doing that. It's about sowing seeds in people's heart. And the unfortunate part about it is that sometimes your friends and your family and the people close to you, they may be like, yeah, that's not really for me. Like, they might reject you, or they might be like, bro, you're not cool no more. You're like, you're not this. You don't listen to this type of music. You don't whatever. Ignore it, okay? Go on to the next person and send prayer their way, okay? Because there's someone out there who needs to hear your voice. You know, like, God has a job for you that only you can do, okay? And he can get somebody else to do it if you don't, but they won't do it like you do. They won't. So that's why he needs you to stand up today and do what he is calling you to do, because there's people out there who needs that seed. They need that. They're looking for that. They're empty. Their heart, they have a hole in it. They're looking for God to fill them with his love. And they don't know about that because you sitting down right now on the couch. You know what I'm saying? So you need to get it together. And look, God had this same conversation with me, because I'm not perfect either. I would say about last year during December, God was just calling me, you gotta share these Bible studies, because they too good to keep to yourself. And I was like, you know what, you're right. And so I got back onto talking about God on my channel. And so it's like, I'm not just saying this like, you know, like I'm perfect. Like, I'm not. I've been through the exact same thing. So I'm telling you, you move past the people who reject you and just keep on going, because this is bigger than me and you. This is for God. This is to bring love to the world. But hey, we'll get to that in another video. I got some more notes that I wrote down from this Bible study. Remember that if someone were to reject you for your beliefs, you would not want to be around that person anyway. Basically, if someone were to say like, oh, like, I understand if you don't want to follow God, but if they were to reject you, like, judge you and just not be around you, you wouldn't want to be around them either. Because, like, why are you judging me for my beliefs? You know, like, why are you got to understand, like, it's fine if, like, your friend be like, oh, you know, I'm not going to follow God, but I fully support you. Totally fine. But if your friends or your family is, like, rejecting you, like, you need to pack up and leave, you wouldn't want to be around them anyway, okay? Because, ask yourself, why should I have to hide my faith or be a people pleaser to keep a friend or feel accepted? And the answer is, you should not. You should not feel like you have to hide your faith or be a people pleaser. You should be yourself, okay? And I genuinely feel like when it comes to how people react to you being Christian or being a believer in God, you know, you just can't take it too hard. Like, you can't have your heart on your sleeve, because some people are gonna not want to, some people don't want to be Christian, and some people just have something against them. I don't know. But all I'm saying is you got to keep on going. And the reason why I'm saying this, I know you haven't even started yet. Whoever's watching this, I know you haven't even started yet. But there are going to be some people that are going to reject you. And God is telling you right now, keep on going. Pray for those people and keep on going, because that's part of the process. Okay, because like in my, I don't know if it was my last video or my video before that, but God wants to see you have faith on the day that is hard. When, you know, everybody's not saying, oh, this is a good message. You know, they're saying God's not real and God's not this. You got to keep on pushing. You got to keep your faith. You got to truly believe in what you have with God over what people are saying, you know? And some ways to apply this verse in Matthew 5:14 through 16 is you can shine your life through your light through your gifts by including God in everything that you do. And if God is not in it, you're not in it. Okay, so try to include God in everything. Try to, whether you're just praying about a situation, or you're praying about a relationship, or you're praying about a new job, or you're praying about what, you know, the word that you're spreading, try to include God in everything. And if you feel like you can't include God in it because it's not good, you shouldn't be doing it anyway. You shouldn't be involving yourself anyway if you feel like you can't even pray about it, okay? So, yeah, and if God is saying, hey, this is not a good idea, then don't do it. Don't include. If he doesn't want to be included, I don't want to be included, okay? And another thing is, through your daily actions and interactions, you should shine your light. Your actions should match what the Bible is saying. Obviously, nobody's perfect, but you know, you gotta know the word to apply the word. So that's another video for another day, guys. But yes, your actions need to match what the Bible is saying. So whether you're talking to someone or you're just doing your thing throughout your day, your actions need to be matching what the Bible says, even when no one's watching. Because, however, there may not be a human being around you and you ready to wild out. But just remember, God is watching, okay? So even though you think nobody's watching, God is, okay? So you still need to have good actions, okay? Another one is, or the last one is, talking to people about God and what he has done for you. I said that in the beginning and I'll say it again, because truly, just telling somebody, yeah, I was going through this, I was struggling, but I stayed praying, I had faith, it was hard, I cried some days, I was angry some days I felt doubtful, but I just kept praying. And when you tell them how God worked out a situation and how this situation is only God, you know, one thing about God, he does what only he can do. Like, I'm telling you, in situations, it's like no human could have done this. This was God. You know, God moving through other people, God moving in situations that aren't even in your control, something that a human being can't even control. So that's why it's so important to spread the word and tell people about your story and personal, you know, even if it's not something crazy, just tell them, you know, just tell them, because I'm telling you, like, yes, 9 out of 10 people may reject you, but that one person's gonna be like, wow, this really helped me. Wow, I really like your message. I've been going through the same thing. Like, I'm telling you, it's gonna give people, like, faith. It's gonna give people more faith in God. It's going to help them in their journey. and whatever they're going through. And that's why it's so important. And remember, it's not for validation, it's not to feel good, it's to sow seeds, okay? And there's other things about spreading the word that go into it as well, but I will probably make a part 2 of this video for you guys. But I hope you guys like this video. I know that I haven't been here for a while, but I will be coming back and being more consistent. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.